Welcome, welcome. This is My Favorite Mortgage Podcast. I'm Jaimie Booth, a licensed loan officer in Arizona and in Texas, and you're listening to a newer podcast that lets buyers and agents and people in the mortgage and real estate realm behind the curtain. So thank you for joining us. Today we have a returning guest.
Hi there.
Hi.
Zee here, also a licensed mortgage professional right here in Southern Arizona.
Zee Salcinovic
Salcinovic, that's right.
Not only my colleague, but my work husband, my therapist.
I wear many hats.
My support and my biggest cheerleader. So thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for coming back on.
Thank you for having me again, yes.
So it's been a few months since you've been on.
Yes.
We're in our second year.
Yes.
And we've been doing something recently that lets people get to know us a little bit more.
Yes.
Would you like to play the game, Two Truths and a Lie?
Yes.
Okay.
So would you like two truths and a lie to me?
Yes, and I have to guess
okay.
which one is the lie.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the first one. I have lived in New England.
Okay.
I play the piano.
Okay.
And I'm an avid swimmer.
This is why he's my work husband. Okay. The lie is New England.
No, I actually lived in New England. I went to school there. Yeah, love that part of the country. For all you people enjoying your winter time right now, go New England. Yeah.
So, what was the second one? Oh, the piano?
Yes.
Do you play the piano?
No, I do not
Okay.
have a musical. No, I barely sing happy birthday to my own children. So, yes, that's it.
Okay, guys, I want you to know that I prepared some of these last night on my Two Truths and a Lie, and I swear we had not discussed, but are you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Here's my Two Truths and a Lie. I absolutely love broccoli.
Okay.
When I was younger, I was a competitive swimmer, and I play the piano, but can't read music.
All right. Broccoli. You probably hate broccoli.
I freaking hate broccoli.
Do I know you or do I know you?
See, he knows me, but what are the odds you pick 2 out of my 3?
I don't know.
Piano and swimming.
They're just so out there, I guess. I don't know.
We're both out
Great
there.
minds always think alike. Yeah.
Do you know something funny that people cannot hum when they plug their nose? Try it. Like you're
Okay. All right. Fact right there.
You can't hum while you plug your nose.
We do not just serve your mortgage needs. We also give you statistical facts.
Yes. Yeah. We
So,
have a little fun. And
enjoy
then
that.
we also have some dad jokes.
Yes.
Okay. Here's my first dad joke.
Let's hear it.
What's a vegetable's favorite kind of joke?
The fruity kind?
Vegetable.
No, then I don't
A
know.
corny joke.
Okay. Good one.
All right, here's one for you. I don't know what they are.
My boss asked why I only get sick on Wednesdays.
Okay.
I said it must be my weakened immune system. That's pretty good, actually.
The weekend immune system.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So we were talking yesterday, and we knew we had this podcast coming up, and thinking of a topic that people would really want to hear about. And I asked you about one of your recent transactions that was very successful. Yes. And not a lot of people know that this is even a loan that they can do.
Yes.
And you do like the crazy non-QM regular.
I do.
do.
It's kind of my parte. It's become my niche and my passion. I like self-employed people. I like people that do things differently, and I really like to help them. When they get no's elsewhere, I really like to vet them out and find them an investor that will work with them. Recently, I had a cash, or rather, I had a purchase transaction in California
Okay.
with an individual that is self-employed, as of recent rather, and did not have the enough, tax returns to kind of piece it together. So we went one of my favorite route, which is the bank statement route.
Yeah,
and
you
we
like
got
those.
we got this individual, or rather his family, a nice primary home in Central California, and they are all moved in, and
Nice.
it's a happy ending overall.
Where, for normal lending
Mm-hmm.
and you're self-employed, we'd like to see 2 years of taxes
Yes.
showing profitability.
Profitability after write-off,
Yes.
taxable income needs to be healthy. Now that all depends on everybody's,
Right.
specific debts and things like that. But profitability is the key word. So you can have plenty of income and you can have plenty of write-offs, and you'll be, right down to zero. So taxes are kind of a funky thing, and I've done loans in the past for people that have had their business for 10, 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
but they are in the business of writing everything off to pay as
Right.
little in taxes as possible, which is only natural, which is basically what we all try
We
to
wanna
do
do
come
that
tax
anyway.
season. Yeah.
And we're in the middle of
Yeah,
tax
yeah.
season.
I mean, we all love and adore Uncle Sam, but we don't want to give him a piece of it.
No.
So, and many a times those people will be turned away in
Mm-hmm.
other places, and the tax returns are not the only way to do this sort of
Right.
thing, but they are the path of least resistance right now. And there's
Right.
many investors that will take it on,
Yes.
that will help people in those sort of situations.
So when you're looking at this alternative lending
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying a bank statement loan, how many months back do you look at, or does the lender look at?
So generally, it's a 12-month situation.
Oh, that's not bad.
But there is preferred sort of situations that come from a 24-month averaged out bank statement loan. So then that means I would take your most recent consecutive 24 bank statements.
All pages.
All pages, even that
the
annoying
blank.
blank one that just says, 9
This
out of
is
9.
blank.
Yes.
We love that page.
Yes. I'm a lender. Give me all your documents. Yeah. And then I would average out all the acceptable deposits. Now, we're not about Zelle or things like that. Your mom's sending you your $25 allowance. We want to see, invoiceable, earned per business sort of income. We go through that. We add it all up. We divvy it up over 12 or 24 months, and
Right.
that's your income.
Yeah. Yeah. And guys, I'm not sure if a lot of people are even aware of that option. And Zee, you are the king of the thinking outside the box. We call them non-QMs, non-qualified mortgages.
That's right.
You like the DSCR loans.
Yes.
You like the self-employed borrowers. So
The cross collateral stuff, the out of the box stuff. I like that.
yeah. So there's always an alternative that we will look at instead of the regular standard fitting in the box Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. We like to say, all right, what is outside of the box? And that's why, if I get something like that, he's so good at this that I'll take the W-2'd, VA,
The 9 to 5s.
the 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
And then when they get the really complicated and we still have this desire to get them into a home, you will help. And you've done fantastic things, and loans that I never thought were possible, you've been able to manage. There was one other thing. I thank you for sharing your story, by the way. Yeah, and that was not a small dollar amount, guys.
No, it's California. Everything there is worth its weight in gold, and yeah.
It did have a 1 point something. So
Yes, it did.
yes, it did.
Yeah.
There's a transaction that I'm going through right now that I really wanted to touch on, and it was just something that I thought of this morning because it's not going the way that we're liking it. And that is referring to a purchase transaction where the home that they're buying has solar.
Okay.
And solar has been like an Achilles heel with us in the lending world. And a lot of times there's an addendum saying that you're purchasing a home with a solar lease, and you're going through this couple-page document, and there is a contingency. To buy this house, you must assume the solar loan or lease if there is one.
Yes.
That's not part of the mortgage. And you have to go to an outside bank or lender who does solar lending and get approved. And their qualifications are higher than getting a mortgage.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I think it's important for people to know this, that this is essentially a different loan than what it is that we do.
Right.
And this outside lender, generally, it's an existing lender in place or one that only specifically does solar sort of loans. So that is something that we do not have a whole lot of might in.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's really important to know.
Right.
It's almost a two-loan sort of situation on our hands.
It really is. And we're dealing with another company, another lender. I don't know what their qualification requirements are. I don't know what their minimum credit score requirements are. There isn't a guideline that we can look at. And we're struggling with this because it's not getting approved. And when you have that contingency in place, they can't understand why they can get a mortgage. And this isn't the first loan. This isn't the first mortgage I've helped this family with.
Okay.
And I'm able to get them, approved for a mortgage, super smooth. They didn't even realize any of the work. It was just super easy. So now we're on the second one, and they're struggling with, how can I get a mortgage? How are you able to get me a mortgage and I can't get this $25,000 solar loan?
And that answer, that heaviness kind of falls back on you. Why isn't this going through? And,
it's
and
heartbreaking.
that separation between the solar or any kind of other service. There was a time when upgraded pool equipment was its separate loan that also had to be zoomed and gone through. And so now we're up against that with this solar world and whatnot. Okay. Wow,
So-
that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out an alternative.
Yeah.
We'll go down every single avenue and path, but please wish me luck. And guys,
Good
keep your
luck.
fingers out there crossed, because we want to get this family into the home that they've absolutely fallen in love with it. And it's been weeks for a decision, and this happened yesterday. So, solar, if you guys have any questions on what it's like to assume a solar loan when you're buying a home, I've gone through it so many times. It's very popular in Arizona because we're hot and we have a lot of sun. So if you have any questions on solar assumptions, I will be happy to share my knowledge and my experiences, because it is not easy and it's something that a lot of people forget. And I just wanted to put that warning out there, to be careful when you're making an offer on a home if there is a solar loan or solar lease. And thank you again for Zee Salcinovic for coming on, talking about your fancy loans there.
Thank you for inquiring and showing an interest, and kind of letting people know that there is a path past your tax returns, that it's not always a no. You might have to be a little patient. There might be a few hoops, to jump through, but there's a loan for most people out there.
Yeah. It's going to take a little bit more time, like you said, because he takes these bank statements, and we're not talking a couple pages, hundreds of pages he audits and analyzes and gets receipts for. That it is time consuming, but it's so well worth it, because you got a yes.
And yes is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Any last advice that you'd like to leave buyers?
Buyers right now, yes.
Yeah.
So I really believe that right now is the time to buy.
It's our window.
Yeah, this is your window. I think if interest rates are to move down even just by one whole point, so many more people will be out there looking for that one and the same home. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we are still struggling with inventory issues. And you lower that interest rate down as is expected, as is so very hoped for.
Right.
And you will be competing for that one and the same house with your friends, neighbors, and the people in town. Right now is the time to buy. Get your house, get some concessions, negotiate that rate, get some concessions to buy down that rate while you can, while the market is somewhat even-keeled, balanced. Once rates slide down even a little bit, so many more people will be shopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again. We're going to sign off by just letting everyone know that we are streaming on all major platforms. You can like us on our YouTube channel at My Favorite Mortgage with Jaimie Booth. Please rate us, like us, share this, especially if you're out house hunting and there's solar. Please let anyone know. Realtors goes the same for you. If you have any questions, listing a house with solar, I can share my experiences on what's worked and unfortunately what may not work. So I'm Jaimie Booth. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.